Welcome to If Numbers Could Talk. My name is Keelan. This is episode 44, titled Angel Number 44. The reason this episode is titled Angel Number 44 is I was thinking about the two guys that we're covering today. Two guys who have gone through some very serious injuries. One guy, I don't think they talk about his injury enough or how severe his injury was enough. And another guy who is coming off the heels of one of the more severe injuries that a basketball player can maintain and has to this point maintained his dominance among the most superior scorers or the most elite scorers throughout history. Angel number 44, in some ways, from my understanding and my research at least, it represents or it is defined as something that represents practicality, hard work, a desire to be stress free, and maintaining inner balance. Maintaining inner balance. Now, that is simply how I view it. That is what I believe angel number 44 represents and how it resonates with me from my interpretation of the definition. Based on that, the two gentlemen that we are discussing exude the definitions that exist for angel number 44. Those gentlemen are Kevin Durant and Larry Bird. That is right. Kevin Durant and Larry Bird are the two players who, in my opinion, from my understanding of what angel number 44 represents, they represent practicality, hard work, a desire to be stress free, and a maintaining of inner balance. Also, and a maintaining of mental health to a level. But if you look up angel number 44, I'm sure you'll understand and you can ascertain or grasp your own understanding of what that is. Now, again, this is about Larry Bird and Kevin Durant. Hard work, desire to be stress free, practicality, maintaining inner balance. Larry Bird and Kevin Durant. Now, Larry Bird had some injuries that I don't know or I don't think we talk about enough. I don't think many people even know about Larry Bird's injuries or how banged up he was, some of the things he endured, um, even before coming into the NBA. Really, right as he was entering the NBA, Larry Bird suffered a very different type of an injury that actually crippled him to a level. Um, One of Larry Bird's fingers was never properly corrected, even after two surgeries. It was shaped like a hook or a boomerang. Um, indefinitely. Like Larry Bird had a finger that was not properly set his entire career. Somewhere between, he didn't have it in college, he'll tell you that. Somewhere between draft day and his very first game in the NBA, Larry Bird had a very severe injury to his finger that resulted in two surgeries that never corrected or straightened the finger. Larry Bird also had a severe back injury that apparently began when he was shoveling rocks out of his mother's driveway um, a few years after getting into the NBA. Just went to help moms. And those are two very severe injuries. I mean, I don't think it was ever documented, or I think it's still kind of a question as to whether Larry Bird ever got surgery on his back. But yeah, I mean, or at least during his playing years, who knows what he did after retirement. But yeah, so to continue to play for a few years after messing up his back, play an entire 13-year career um, with basically a different finger, a finger that he had not been trained to play this game with, and be successful. That is why Larry Bird made this episode. And Kevin Durant, I mean, Kevin Durant's had like rib contusions and things like that in the past. Uh, bunch of ankle sprains. However, this most recent Achilles tear that he suffered, that that is what I believe is gonna put Kevin Durant in a situation where what he's gonna be able to do over the next few years of coming back, he's gonna set a new level, a new standard for guys returning off of Achilles injuries. And so that again, hard work, desire to be stress-free, practicality, and a maintaining of inner balance. These are the things that I believe these two gentlemen have shown, of course, for Larry Bird, have shown, but for Kevin Durant will continue to show throughout his career. It will show a desire to not really deal with the hustle and bustle that has nothing to do with basketball, but to take on all of the hard work that it comes with basketball, that is. So let's begin with our breakdown of the gentlemen that we are talking about, Kevin Durant and Larry Bird. How you doing? So Larry Bird, 6'9", 220 pounds is what he was listed as. Larry Bird was drafted in the first round as the sixth pick in 1978 to the Boston Celtics. Nicknames for Larry Bird are listed as Larry Legend, the Great White Hope, and the Hick from French League. Larry Bird played a total of 13 NBA seasons. Kevin Durant, listed at 6'10", 240 pounds. Some people say Kevin Durant is 7 foot, but listed at 6'10", 240 pounds. Drafted in 2007 drafted as the second pick of the first round to the Seattle Supersonics. Kevin Durant has nicknames such as Durantula, Easy Money Sniper, and Slim Reaper. Kevin Durant, to date, before the NBA season starts back up, has 13 years under his belt as an NBA player, as now, of course, 13 years an NBA veteran. Larry Bird was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1998. Larry Bird was elected to the NBA Hall of Fame in 1998. So let's get to these stats. What about some awards, right? Awards off the bat. Larry Bird has 12 All-Stars. Kevin Durant has 11. Larry Bird has 3 NBA championships. Kevin Durant has 2. Larry Bird has 2 Finals MVP. Kevin Durant also has 2 Finals MVP. Larry Bird has 3 season MVPs, whereas Kevin Durant has 1 for the year of 2013-2014. Larry Bird has 1 All-Star MVP, and Kevin Durant has 2 All-Star MVPs. In 1979 to 1980 season, Larry Bird was not only the Rookie of the Year, he was also elected to the All-Rookie team. Kevin Durant, for the 2007-2008 season, was not only the Rookie of the Year, but he was also elected to the All-Rookie team. Larry Bird has 10 All-NBA selections. Kevin Durant has 9 All-NBA selections. Larry Bird has 3 All-Defensive selections, whereas Kevin Durant has never made an All-Defensive team. However, Kevin Durant has 4 scoring titles in the NBA, where Larry Bird never won a scoring title in the NBA. Larry Bird played a total of 897 games in his NBA career. So far, Kevin Durant has played a total of 884 games. If I am being very honest, I think this is probably the only time you can compare them as far as to the numbers from time periods, not really including injuries, although that is the basis for why I put these two guys in this episode. But considering they played a very close or similar amount of games, same amount of years at this point, and Kevin Durant looked up to the guy. So I think it's really cool to break it down a little bit and look into the numbers. But of course, if you go and look at their games, the eye test tells you everything you need to know that these were real heavy hitters. These guys pretty much score at will. I don't know if anyone could stop either of these two gentlemen from scoring at any point. Even now, Coming off of the Achilles tear, um, I don't see anybody stopping Kevin Durant. I mean, if you watched him last season, you know what I mean. And Larry Bird, the same. Everything that I've heard or seen as far as playbacks, I mean, the guy would walk in and tell you he's playing with his left hand and drop 60 points on you with his left hand, and he was right-handed. What else can you say? I mean, you walk into a three-point shootout contest and say, so who's coming in second? Because he knew for a fact he was winning. You just you can't script that kind of stuff. You're either that good or you're just talking. These guys are that good. Larry Bird, percentage wise, throughout his NBA career in the regular season, Larry Bird had a percentage of 49.6% from the field, 37.6% from the 3-point line, and 88.6% from the free throw line for Larry Bird. For Kevin Durant, 49.4% from the field, 38.4% from the 3-point line, and 88.3% from the free throw line. Larry Bird played a total of 34,443 minutes. Currently, Kevin Durant has played a total of 32,462 minutes in the NBA. Keep in mind, both of these guys, I would say, missed at least in the 13 years, at least one full season. If you were to break it down, I want to say it's about one full season, 6 games for Larry and I want to say it was around 12 games for Kevin in another season. Like, these guys played as much as they could. Of course, again, there were severe injuries. That is the basis for what gave them or got them into this particular episode for me. So yeah, there were one, maybe 2 seasons even, but for sure one season for each of these guys that they only played I guess you could say 15 or less games in Kevin's case. Let's see if I can see it really quick. It was 27 games actually. Sorry. 27 games. So one year, Kevin played 27 games and then he tore his ACL. And then you have Larry Bird, who played 6 games one season, and then that was the year the back really became a thing, and he was no longer really the same. I wouldn't even say he wasn't the same, really. Statistically speaking, that's not proven. So, hey, maybe he wasn't moving at the same rate. Maybe he wasn't being as demonstrative, but yeah, still Larry Legend. There is a reason he is called Larry Legend. It's not just because he was that great. I mean, the guy basically wasn't supposed to even be playing basketball based on his finger alone. Then the type of back injury he was said to have had, a spinal injury of sorts. I mean, Larry Legend. And Kevin Durant is definitely teetering on redefining what it means to come back from an ACL, which I'm sure at some point people are just going to say, I mean, he's a one-off case. That's kind of what I'm sure they're going to come with at some point when you come to the kind of production he's still coming with after an ACL tear. Totals and averages. Larry Bird averaged 24.3 points and had a total of 21,791 points in his NBA career. Kevin Durant has averaged in his 13 years 27 points and scored a total of 23,883 points in his NBA career. Larry Bird grabbed 10 rebounds a game, a total of 8,974 rebounds in his NBA career. Kevin Durant currently is grabbing 7.1 rebounds in a game with a total of 6,239 rebounds. Assist for Larry Bird, 6.3 assists per game with a total of 5,695 assists for Larry Bird. Kevin Durant, 4.2 assists per game with a total of 3,681 assists to date. For Larry Bird, he took the ball away from the other team 1.7 times in every single game for a total of 1,556 steals in his NBA career. Kevin Durant takes away the ball 1.1 times in every game, which has resulted in 973 steals to date. Larry Bird has averaged or did average 0.8 blocks for every NBA game. And that's a total of 755 blocks in his NBA career. Whereas Kevin Durant has blocked 1.1 blocks in every game of his NBA career to date for a total of 986 blocks altogether. Both of these gentlemen have, in 13 years, averaged 3.1 turnovers in every game. For Larry Bird, that's a total of 2,816 turnovers. For Kevin Durant, that's a total of 2,773 turnovers. Kevin Durant commits 1.9 fouls in every basketball game for the NBA for a total of 1,688 personal fouls. Larry Bird in his career had 2.5 personal fouls in every game for a total of 21,791 personal fouls for Larry Bird. Larry Bird had a total of 59 regular season triple doubles. Larry Bird had a total of 59 regular season triple doubles, whereas Kevin Durant to date in his 13-year career has only had 12 regular season triple doubles for Kevin Durant. Now, again, you think about these guys, you hear these regular season numbers. That is your hard work. That is your desire to remain stress-free. That is your building of a foundation. I mean, it has to be your desire to remain stress-free. That has to be where they truly enjoy life. This is where they thrive the best, right? Maintaining inner balance. In my opinion, you have to have some mental fortitude, some mental toughness, and mental balance to achieve these type of feats for 13 years on end, while keeping yourself healthy. Try and keep yourself healthy, going through whatever it is that is ailing you. And keep in mind, this is the NBA, 82 game seasons. Wow. Wow. And that doesn't mean that these guys played every single season, 82 games. In fact, they did not. But let's just be honest. The average person couldn't run up and down a court for more than 20 minutes. And I mean, the guy that, when I say the average guy, I still mean the people who go play ball once in a while. Give them 20 minutes straight up and down, nonstop. It's not. They're gonna need a break, water break. Come on. But these guys are injured, like they're banged up, they're tired, and they still come out and put on these performances. So Angel number 44 is definitely a representation of maybe even the entire NBA, not just these two guys that I'm discussing, because of how Larry persevered through his injury and how Kevin is redefining, in my opinion, what it means to have an ACL tear. Like, no, you can come back and be not a shadow of, but invariably the same guy, if not, of course, more mature, but he might come out this year and he hit a new level. Who knows? But what about the playoffs? What has Kevin Durant done in his playoffs so far? And what did Larry Bird do altogether in his playoff career? Kevin Durant has played a total of 151 playoff games, whereas Larry Bird played a total of 164 playoff games. But that's 13 games. I could see Kevin catching Larry as far as the amount of playoff games. Not sure how it's gonna go, but I'm a Laker fan. Larry Bird had a total of 10 triple doubles in his NBA playoff career, where Kevin Durant has had a total of 2 triple doubles in his NBA playoff career. Kevin Durant has averaged 29.5 points in his playoffs for a total of 4,454 playoff points. Larry Bird averaged 23.8 points in every playoff game for a total of 3,897 playoff points. Larry Bird grabbed 10.3 rebounds in every game for a total of 1,683 rebounds. Kevin Durant has been grabbing so far in his 13-year career 7.8 rebounds in every playoff games for a total of 1,182 rebounds. Kevin Durant has 4 assists in all of his playoff games for a total of 610 assists. Larry Bird in his career passed 6.5 playoff assists in every playoff game for a total of 1,062 assists. Larry Bird stole the ball 1.8 times for a total of 296 steals in the playoffs, whereas Kevin Durant steals the ball 1 time in every playoff game for a total of 157 steals in the playoffs. For blocks, Kevin Durant blocks the ball 1.2 times in every playoff game for a total of 182 blocks. Larry Bird has a total of 145 blocks and an average of 0.9 blocks in every playoff game. Now, Larry Bird has the exact same turnover rating of 3.1 turnovers for a total of 506 in the playoffs. 3.1 is the same he had in the regular season, whereas Kevin Durant has 3.2, 0.1 more, 0.1 more, 3.2, 3.2 turnovers in the playoffs for a total of 480 turnovers for his playoff career, with also 2.5 personal fouls from Kevin Durant for a total of 375 personal fouls in his playoff career, whereas Larry Bird has a total of 466 playoff fouls and only averaged, or had an average, not only, but had an average of 2.8 personal fouls in every playoff game for Larry Bird. So again, with these gentlemen, with the choice of using Angel number 44 as the title for this episode, I feel like these gentlemen represent practicality, hard work, desire to be stress-free, maintaining inner balance, and all of the things that Angel number 44 stands for in the terms of what I believe is simply not giving up, understanding that everything and everyone has a purpose. It is all laid out the way it's supposed to. Yes, it might be a little harder, but if you persevere, if you're dedicated to it, if you're stubborn enough, um, not only will you exceed expectations, you'll redefine what it means to have certain things going on with you. Like, how many athletes can you say today came into different leagues or are still currently doing very well in different leagues, and they're maybe not just have a messed up finger, but they may be missing a finger or missing a hand, missing any limb or appendage, and still thriving, doing well. Uh, it's out there. These guys didn't lose any um, parts per se, but they both uh, took some very bad injuries and just kind of pushed through, continued to move forward. And the numbers I just read off to you are the numbers that they have amassed in their career. Now, for Kevin Durant, yes, most of those numbers were made before his injury, but I only see him continuing to do the same over the next 7 or 8 years that we get to watch him play. Yes, I said 7 or 8. I think Kevin will be able to play into his 40s even after an injury like this. And I think he will try. I think he will try. Who knows? Let's find out. Let's see. Let's watch that together. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me this evening or this afternoon, this morning, whenever it is that you're listening to and or watching this pod. Um, Thank you guys. Thank you for everything. If you really enjoy what you're watching, what you're listening to, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, share it. And here on If Numbers Could Talk, we just want to bring some cool and entertaining stuff to you, things that you're interested in, and things that I'm interested in. Switch it up a little bit, maybe move away from sports for a couple of weeks, or maybe we'll just dive deeper into sports. So let me know what you guys like. I'm just doing my best to provide that, the content for the community, and come up with stuff on my own, of course, for you guys. Um, because these topics, they intrigue me. I really enjoy doing this for you guys. For If Numbers Could Talk, this is Keelan. head on over to the Thinkering Talks page and you can check out any of our other podcasts. Also on Facebook and YouTube, check out the Exofathom, which comes on Mondays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. I'm sorry, at 8 p.m. Also, check out Strawberries and Coffee on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook. That is our one of our gaming channels that Dejan is running and doing an amazing job with. Just playing games that, I mean, hey, I can't even play. I'm an Xbox guy, and he's playing some of the PlayStation and Xbox games, and I'm just like, yo, that looks so cool. So yeah, definitely check that out, guys. He comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 and 10:15 on Twitch, or you could always catch him the following day on YouTube where he reposts those same videos. Also, he does a lot of impromptu, like sporadic showings and viewings of things that he's doing. Maybe he has time in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night, and he's not even sure what you guys were and weren't able to hear there. I mean, hey, it's just how it works out sometimes when you're doing it live. You don't notice. But as I said, go ahead and check out Dejan. He's always running games that I can't even play because I'm not a PlayStation guy. But because he comes on all the time, he'll just jump on sporadically, and he likes to show you guys what's going on in the game, especially when it's getting to the next level. I love watching him, especially when I have free time. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe over there as well, so you don't miss the random viewings. But definitely check him out Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the following days on YouTube. If you also want to hear us talk about some movies and things like that, check out the Screen Time Continuum that comes on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. And if anything, you just want to come back here, hear me ramble on about numbers and talk about sports figures or cars or movies or comic books, whatever have you, whatever I'm talking about that day, come on back over here to If Numbers Could Talk every Tuesday at about 8:30 p.m. I'll be on for you. And these are always going to be saved on Facebook and on YouTube. We also have an If Numbers Could Talk YouTube page that is going to just be logged with all of the If Numbers Could Talk videos for you, and that'll be up strong. It's up, but it'll be up strong and fully updated soon. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.